You call it.
Conor McGregor has finally responded to Jake Paul's cries and whines about wanting to fight him, but the response was not probably what you would expect.
Wait, so what did Jake Paul say that led to this Conor's response?
Yeah, let me just pull up the Fight Geek MMA Instagram post that has everything in it, including the tweet. So Jake Paul called out Dana White actually first. He said, "Since you like me, how about a one-fight deal to fight Conor in the UFC?"
Okay.
Which, sadly, I feel like that would do better than like every fight in the besides Conor fights in the last like 5 years.
Yeah, that might.
Which is kind of sad for the UFC. And then he said, if he wins, you agree to pay fighters more in healthcare, and if he loses, he'll donate his purse to underpaid fighters. Which he's kind of like trying to play the good guy.
All right. No, you're good.
He's trying to like play the good guy in this, I feel, just by saying he's going to go to underpaid fighters. But like, dude, you're not getting a fight in the UFC, bro. People work their whole lives and don't get in. You think you're just going to get in because of clout? Because you beat up Tyron
Jake
Woodley
Paul said that.
At 39
no,
years old?
How do we know Conor's response was to Jake Paul? People just assumed.
So he tweeted that in this account called ESPN Ringside, which is like their boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know it's like ESPN MMA?
Yeah.
Ringside is a boxing one. They tweeted out Conor McGregor is called out by Jake Paul. Conor replied to that tweet with a video. And
oh my God.
We'll react to the video right now, actually.
Yeah.
Jackass.
That's a classic duet.
So classic McGregor, he doesn't give a damn. He has $600 million
I think
in the
that's the
bank.
first time Jake Paul or Conor's ever given Jake Paul any sort of attention, and it was in the funniest way possible. That was
Legit. Props to Conor. That's probably the funniest video he made this year.
I mean, Jake Paul's been having this one-way conversation with Conor McGregor for like 3 years now. Hasn't responded once. Anytime someone's brought it up to him, he shut it down very quick. And for him to finally say something, and that's all he says, probably off coke or whatever, but that is hilarious. That's
hilarious.
Why I love Conor.
And don't get me wrong, I was rooting for Jake Paul in all the other fights because I knew he was just fighting absolute nobodies. But like Conor versus Jake Paul, I'm going with Conor.
You heard that here first.
You heard of me? I would usually root for Jake Paul in like situations where it's like, okay, who is this dude? Haven't heard of him besides Tyron Woodley.
You're not being up Conor, yeah.
I mean, I kind of heard of Ben Askren, but like, he was already retired for like a little bit before the Jake Paul fight, right? Ben Askren.
He was retired for like 10 years and got beat. No, not 10 years. 10 years from like.
Because one was the Masvidal fight. Was that his last?
Well, he was he fought Robbie Lawler and got a cheap win. Robbie Lawler, the ref called it.
Robbie Lawler's on his way out. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, it was a bulldog.
It's 2022.
Ben Askren was only retired for like a little bit, but from like he never boxed in his life.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew Jake Paul was beating all those people. Tyron Woodley too was kind of like skeptical, but at the same time,
Tyron Woodley just let everyone down.
Yeah,
like
the whole community.
Like Jake Paul says, everyone always says, it's an MMA fighter, it's a wrestler, but really, dude, Tyron Woodley, dude, like if he really put his mind to it, he should have been able to beat Jake Paul. In my personal opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Tyron Woodley, he's probably been fighting his whole life, right?
Jake Paul, I have my respect. So, with that, do we think that fight's going to happen? No.
I want to say no.
Dana's not going to
until we get more details.
Until Jake Paul stops, he's got to stop, like, trying to set up a fight where it kind of, like, disses Dana. Why would Dana agree to a fight that looks bad for Dana? Makes no sense.
Especially if Jake wins.
Especially if Jake wins. Like, are you...
If Jake wins that and
first of all, it looks bad for Dana, the
crazy.
proposition, and then on top of that, it's a lose-lose for Dana. Why would he want to pay Jake Paul? And then why would he want to pay fighters?
And he would have to pay him more if he was on the pay-per-view sales. You know what I mean?
Especially with Conor.
Exactly, dude. So yeah, we're gonna say that's never happening in MMA.
In the octagon.
I think there might be potential for boxing in like 2 years.
Maybe a wheelchair bout. I remember Conor was supposed to fight in like a wheelchair boxing event when he had his broken leg.
What?
And they didn't let him.
That's what separates Conor. He's wheelchair boxing.
Yeah.